Hello everyone, it's Marita, one who catches lightning with the path of eesh, here midday in Hawaii, late on the East Coast, and probably earlier in Australia, and late in Europe. I just wanted to pop on for this week. I wanted to earlier talk about the Trecena that we're in and the energies that we're in. We're midweek for the 13 days. So it's 7, right? So we're right in that in between. And it's a great way to be able to check in. What have these 13 days allowed us to create, right? So we are in the Trecena. So in the Mayan calendar, the weeks go by 13 days. One of the reasons that I teach the Mayan calendar is to just teach a different lens, right? Whether you believe in Western astrology, Mayan cosmology, and as well as Vedic astrology, it's great to have information to be able to sit with. Now, one of the things that studying and being with the Mayan calendar that was taught to me since I was a little wee one was the idea of the energetics of how things always come to completion. So we're also dealing with the energetics of a circle. If you're now joining me, thanks so much. We're talking about the Mayan calendar. My name is Marita, one who catches lightning. I'm Olmec and Zapotec, and come to you in a good way today with a message midweek through the Trecena. So we're in 7, the energy of 7, the energy of Chuen, the monkey. So usually we think about monkey minds, right? But monkeys are also very intelligent. They're social creatures as well. And this allows us today the opportunity of playfulness. Can you midweek, right? And we are in the middle of the Western week, Wednesday. Look at and consider hump day, really that opportunity to be kind of like rethink, where have I been? Where am I going? Am I taking myself too seriously? One of the most amazing things that monkey can teach us, which is also the energy of a sacred clown in other traditions, is, are you taking yourself too seriously? Even your spiritual practices, right? Sometimes we cling on that something has to be a certain way, and we don't allow for the playfulness that Chiccan, that Chuen is calling us. So we have, of course, the monkey, but also we're in the week, one of my favorite weeks. I have a lot of favorite weeks. I love a lot of things. Of Quetzalcoatl for the Aztecs. It's the Quetzalcoatl, the energy of the snake, right? And I spoke earlier about how it's about transformation, and snake transformation is different from butterfly, right? You're going from caterpillar to becoming a butterfly, completely become mush in the middle. But this transformation, that snake, is how much can you hold? How much can you come into the alignment of yourself that it gets to the point that you need a new skin, right? You're not changing from a snake into an owl. You're not changing from a snake into, a fish or a monkey. You stay within your vessel, the vessel of whatever you have today. And within that, you go deep to realign, to rediscover that the path that we think is always outside of us is inside. So Quetzalcoatl always allows us and resonates and teaches us. And Quetzalcoatl, again, we talked a little bit about cacao last time, how Quetzalcoatl brought cacao down from the paradise to share with humans, for them to have a tool, right? Cacao is a sacred tool, not just a beverage. It's delicious, right? Ceremonial, right? But a sacred tool to remind them and nurture you. I myself have cacao, whether in nib form or just the cacao that we make here ceremonially on the island every day. And I sit with it and, of course, teach classes. But that being said, what are the tools that you are using? So midweek check-in, as you play with the monkey, you can check into your habits. Our habits are tools, right? Don't think of them, but they are. My habit to wake up and do a certain thing is a tool, right? It's to nurture myself. We wake up and we break fast. Breakfast is a tool. We can go to the kingdom of plants, if you eat plants in the morning, to the grains, and ask for them to fill us up with the energy, right, that they captured in sunlight as we become that for the day. So breakfast is not just breaking a fast, is can you have a relationship where you're energizing yourself, being grateful for everything that grew under the sun, right? And fill yourself up with also that energy. So as you look as of your habits of tools, right? As tools, thanks, Laura. I think it's a great reframe. Are they working for you? Right? And it's really important it's not about judging them, you're a bad habit. It's not, if it doesn't serve you, it doesn't serve you. But maybe that habit for a while did serve you. And so you're grateful for it. Thank you, habit, whatever that habit was. I'll give you an example. We have a habit in the morning, since we're talking about breakfast all of a sudden, of having coffee, right? I had a big coffee habit. Nothing against coffee. Coffee is amazing. It got, though, that I had it served me as a tool to a point where then no longer my body could deal with this tool. And so I had to say goodbye to coffee. I have it every once in a while. I have to remind myself to order decaf. And so it no longer served me. I can't look back and be like, oh, you were bad, Marita. Coffee was bad. It served me. Thank you for that habit. Thank you for that tool, coffee. Thank you for connecting me. I even worked in coffee shops, right? Thank you for that moment that you gave me. I still love you. I grow coffee, right? I still have a relationship with coffee. It's just that the relationship has changed. So again, if we're going to rethink what we're talking about when it comes to habits and tools, it's really about relationships, which is what I talk about every day. So what is your relationship with the things, whether you call them habits or tools, that are supposed to help you get through a day, support you, right? Whether it's drinking coffee in the morning, whether it's a relationship with caffeine, whether it's a relationship with other things, do they serve you? Or are you at that point where you can start thinking about, wow, that doesn't serve me anymore. There's no judgment behind it. Let me find something new. So this midweek check-in is that ability. 7 gives us that ability as well to start transforming, right? 7, 8, 9, 10, right? 10 is manifestation. So we have still 3 more steps to manifest something. But today is really about that creativity, that playfulness. I've coined a term that I've been using over the past couple of years called CCP, courage, curiosity, and play. Can you approach things in your day, not with fear and trepidation, like, oh my God, did I get it wrong? But can you get curious? I'm curious if, again, our coffee. I'm curious if coffee might not be good for me right now, or maybe I need to drink less of it. Maybe I need to rethink that instead of immediately cutting off and judging yourself and going into that. Then, you have courage. You have courage to explore the unknown. And then you get playful with it, What does it look like? For me, playfulness can also be experiment. I'm going to experiment. I'm going to try something new, right? We look at an easy way to think about all of this, as I'm now drawing a square, is also about our habits with exercise. Whether you exercise or not, exercise can look very differently to many people. I myself grew up an athlete. I used to exercise a lot in gyms. I exercise now. I'm becoming farm strong. So I'm literally getting ready to go out and handle a 70-pound jackhammer, right? That means in an hour or two, I'm not going to have energy to do a workout. Right? So I've had to redefine my idea. Walking and can be, a workout, anything that's moving your body, but why are you doing it? What are you working out? Are you approaching workouts as something to actually work out in your head, in your mind, in your body, as time for yourself to, again, that midday look-in, that midweek look-in, where am I going with this? What am I doing? A body in motion is so fantastical because it allows for flow and creativity. So moving your body, and whether you dance, whether you prance, whether you're digging holes on volcanic soil with 70-pound jackhammer, whether you do Peloton, which I have to, one of these days I'll get back on, whether it's just walking, what's your relationship with that? Is that habit becoming something that's ruling you and where you're putting your judgment in? Or is it something that you have a relationship that you can talk to? Wow, I should maybe only jackhammer for 1 hour. If I do more, I'm not going to be able to have energy tomorrow. Or is this something like check in? Check in. Don't cling to como se dice, your schedules as much, right? It's good to plan, but sometimes you have to check in because our body, our mind, our essence is different every day. So one of the things that I like to do is I do my 3 breaths throughout the day. I check in. I check in with my mind. Am I ready to do this live? Yes. I check in with my body. My body is settled. I stretched before I did it. I check in with my essence. Do I need to do something? I needed to kind of restructure and ground. I'm ready. Am I ready to jackhammer? Well, I checked in with my mind. Am I ready? I had to wrap my head around it, right? So I'm asking for help, not just from my mind, from my partner, asking my wife, where would you like me to dig these things? I checked in with my body. Am I ready? I need to stretch. I stretch. I checked in with my essence. We're aligned, okay? Right? So now I can go and do that thing. So sometimes adding those 3 little questions, those check-ins, are habits, not are just tools, but then we form relationships, habits, tools, relationships, right? And we bring it all together so that we're always participating in the creation of what we call life, a day in the life of, right? So this message is to encourage you. Here we are midweek in the Trecena, 7 days into 13. We have the energy of playfulness, intelligence, this monkey energy of creativity, really asking us, can you not take yourself so seriously? Can you have courage, curiosity, and play? We have the energy of serpent saying transformation comes from within. So check in. If it's coming from within, check in with your parts. So with that, let's do our 3 breaths together. Just have a moment to wrap this up so you can check in to see, how is this landing? Do I need to rewatch this when this is done? Do I need to contact Marita and ask her more about these 3 breaths? Do I have to go on to the path of eesh and check out what is this person saying and what are they teaching these days? Maybe I need to hop on to one of the classes, or maybe I need to download a lot of the amazing free resources out there that I've created. So check in. So let's do that check in to see how much more support you need. And if your tools are not just habits, because you're forming new relationships. So with that, in and out through the nose, it calms down our vagus nerve. Let's check in with your mind. Where's your mind? Is it floating in the sky? It doesn't matter where it is. We're just checking in. No judgment. Check in with your body. In and out through the nose. Check in with your essence. In and out through the nose. Let's do that one more time. And now let's invite them into the center of our heart. In and out through the nose as you call your mind into this time and to this space, into the center of your heart. In and out through the nose as you call this body into this time, this space, and in the center of your heart. In and out through the nose as you call your essence into this time, this space, in the center of your heart. And see if they all sit there together. Sometimes they don't like that. And if they don't, I have a class for you coming up. Do you even know? Do you even speak to them? But see if they'll at least think about it or welcome the idea. And if they're not ready to sit all together, that's fine. There's nothing wrong. This is just starting a dialogue. So just take a moment to check in. Try to be as cohesive as we weave our day, our life, our breath together. Big breath, big breath, big breath. And just release it all. Thankful for that check-in. And now you can continue your day, your evening, your morning with small check-ins throughout the day, 3 breaths that take courage, curiosity, and play, where your habits become your tools through a new relationship. This is Marita, one who catches lightning, over at the path of eesh, which is IX, which is the jaguar, so it's the path of the jaguar. We have a lot of things under the path of eesh. We have jaguar tree, which is a shamanic path, if you'd like to study that. We have cacao classes, right, and ceremonial class offerings to learn how to conduct ceremony and also to work with ceremonial cacao. And then we have our rock star school. So we got 3 buckets, 3 opportunities to step in deeper into 3 breaths, 3 ways. I like the number 3. What can I say? With that, keep in mind, I'm opening up my intensives. They're just 4 weeks. I do 4 a year. The first one will be mid-June. And this is about planting the seeds of your desire. So if you're interested, #seed, and I'll send you the sign-up info. These do not require meeting with me or doing any of that. The extra steps that Jaguar Tree usually requires, you can just sign up. And they're a great way to step into the path of learning. All classes are live. All classes have ceremony. So this is not just take it at your own speed, do it when you want. This is live. This is with people from around the world. We sit in ceremony. We sit in conversation. So it's a very different kind of atmosphere than just clicking through a class, which is fine too. There's nothing wrong with that. I might do that one day. I'm old school. I have over 40 plus years of being taught. I have a 400-year tradition behind me where we interweave many of these things taught over at the path of eesh. So I hope you join me, #seed, if you're interested in signing up. And there'll be more opportunities down the road where we work with sacred tobacco, where we work with sacred cacao, where we meet our ancestors. So super excited to be kicking off these 4 classes, 4-week, classes in 4 weeks, every other kind of month or so, starting mid-June. So love to have you, #seeds if you want. Also go onto my website. I have a lot of free things there, including a Rainbow Warrior quiz that we worked on together with a good friend of mine, where you can see what kind of warrior are you? Are you a water carrier? Are you one who carries that? And what is the benefit of that? And also, is your medicine becoming your poison at times? So I hope to see you soon. Check me out on my page. I do once in a while download these and post these up on YouTube. I have an Instagram. But all that being said, thank you so much for sharing 3 breaths with me as we checked in with our mind, our body, and our essence. This midweek check in the Trecena of Chiccan, which calls for us to have integration from the inside out, where we can have a habit become a tool through our new relationship with ourselves. Mahalo, everyone. Shade. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to all my teachers. Thank you to all the teachers who have taught me, to all the elders, to all the indigenous people out there, and those who are speaking the truth and calling people back to the Rainbow Bridge, to their own light, so that you might weave your life fantastic with radical self-love. Mahalo, everyone. This is Marita, one who catches lightning with the path of eesh. #seed. I'd love to sit down with you in a circle on Zoom and we can learn a lot from each other. Mahalo.